So Alison Hartson is running for office. She's running to be the next senator from the state of California. She's the progressive in the race. So she is for Medicare for all. She's for higher wages for everyone. And yes, there is a way you can make that happen. They find all the money in the world for defense contractors, subsidies for oil companies, for wars that Dianne Feinstein votes for, and then her husband gets hundreds of millions of dollars in contracts from the Iraq war that she voted for, but somehow they can't find money for higher wages for you guys or for a college education for your kids. Well, Alison Hartson wants to change all that. So now the reason I'm telling you about this right now is because I love people-powered campaigns. So that's exactly what Alison's got. And then all of a sudden, someone who doesn't work for her, who's not even a volunteer, sends her a video that I'm about to show you. His name is Jason Cabral. He's at Progressives 8. We'll have the links to Jason's work down below in the description box on YouTube, comment section on Facebook. But he made a video for Alison, and it's excellent. I show you this because one, it's really good, and two, because I want you to realize you can do this too. There's so many different ways that we can all fight together. You can do donations to Alison. We'll put that in the link below too. You could volunteer for Alison, or a candidate in your neck of the woods who's uncorrupted, doesn't take corporate PAC money, is a true progressive, and will fight for you guys. A politician that we don't have to convince to be a progressive. Wouldn't that be wonderful if they were actually just progressive? But you could also be involved in so many other ways like Jason did here. So get a load of the video that he did somehow, magically. I don't know how he got the footage. I don't know how he put it together with his speech. But a video that he did for Alison that you all should spread around as well. Watch.
I worked for a dental management corporation. It was a growing corporation, amazing people that I worked with. And they offered me to take over their insurance department to run it. They would have been making a real pretty penny, like a lot of money. And I took the weekend to think about it. And I came back and I gave them my 2 months notice. And I decided I was going to instead focus on finishing college. I have 8 brothers and sisters, a very large family, and I've been the only person in my family who has been able to have the opportunity to graduate college. And I did that with the fierce determination to become a teacher. And it was difficult, and it was a sacrifice, and it was a pay cut, but at the end of the day, I have always asked myself, what are my values? Where do they come from? Are they mine? And am I really living by them? And that was what helped me make that decision to become a teacher. And it was what helped me make the decision to leave teaching, that what really was my life and is my heart, to fight to get big money out of politics, because I saw while I was teaching that how money in our political system is affecting not just schools as this like objective word, but human beings, my students who I cared so much about, and their families. They're first, second, third generation immigrants from Mexico, primarily at the school I taught at, and Vietnam. And I saw some of my students, they're like my kids. I saw some of those families being ripped apart by immigration policies. And just one thing after another, I couldn't take it anymore. And so I had to leave that to get this done sooner so that we can help more people around the country and in the state. And that's when I decided to get involved in the movement. And it was through that I found Wolfpack through doing a Google search online. Wolfpack is a political organization that is solely working on the issue of money in politics, and specifically to get that 28th Amendment to the US Constitution. And, I read the plan. I read Wolfpack's plan online, and it was not only the most logical plan, but it was the most aggressive one. And I understand, and I know that the people of this country and the state of California in particular understand that this issue of our democracy being corroded by the wealthy elite who are incapable of understanding, not necessarily bad people, but just incapable of understanding the issues that we deal with is systemic, and it's urgent. It is fiercely urgent. We've got to do everything we can right now, and that's why I made the difficult decision to leave teaching to do this full time. We have to do that. And while we're doing that, we also have to make sure that we have Medicare for all throughout the country, that we have a $15 minimum wage that is tied to inflation. Every human being deserves to make a living wage. And we need to make sure that students who earn their way into college can afford it. We need free tuition for college. We need to deprivatize our public education system. We need to deprivatize our private prisons and our detention centers. The list goes on. They all feed on one another. And so we need people in Congress who are going to understand that all of these issues have to be moving forward at the same time. Dianne Feinstein,
not a Democrat. Just because you have a D after your name doesn't mean you're a Democrat. And I think that people are waking up to that reality. And so she is a corporatist. Some people think that she's a Republican, and she's proven this time and again with her votes. You know, she voted for the Bush tax cuts. The Bush tax cuts gave us $1.5 trillion of debt. And she's not going to pay for that. We're going to pay for that. Our kids are going to pay for that. That's what she voted for. She voted for the Iraq War. The Iraq War cost $7 trillion. So she voted for us to spend $7 trillion to kill hundreds of thousands of civilians for what I consider to be an illegal war. Voting for a war where you don't have hard evidence that justifies us going into that war, as far as I'm concerned, is treason. She does not deserve to be sitting in office. I can't believe that she's still sitting in office after the votes that she has cast. She supported the TPP. She's against Glass-Steagall. She supports the death penalty. She is for the war on drugs. In 2010, she led a campaign against legalizing marijuana. She is against Medicare for all.
Dianne Feinstein is worth an estimated $80 million. She's taken millions of dollars from Big Pharma. She's taken millions of dollars from corporations. She's taken millions of dollars from defense contractors. And these influence her decisions. And it's no surprise, right? And so as long as we get out there and we vote and help me to get the word out, and let's do this together. This isn't about me, this is about us. All of us have got to come together and show up every single day to make up for the money that she's gonna raise. And that's what we're gonna do.
AlisonHartson.com. We'll have all the links to help Alison down below. Get in the fight. Volunteer, donate, do whatever you can. I love people-powered campaigns. The state of California is one of the most progressive states in the country. There's no reason why we should have one of the most conservative Democrats there is in office. You know, she also voted to repeal the estate tax earlier. Dianne Feinstein is a Republican in Democrats' clothing. Every single thing for the big donors she delivers. You know that little segment you saw there on Medicare for All? They asked her about it at a town hall. She said, no, I'm not ready for it at this stage. She's 84 years old. Who are you kidding? What stage are you going to be ready for it? A week later, she went and took donations from the healthcare industry. She did a fundraiser with her big donors. You got to get her out. Put a real progressive in, someone you don't have to convince to be a progressive. So go support Alison Hartson, but also all the credit in the world to Jason Cabral for making that video. It's powerful and it's better than videos that people spend a ton of money on. We'll put all the links for Jason down below as well, and check him out at facebook.com/progressives unite together. And he's helping to make that happen. Get in the fight. Let's go win these races. When we win and we take out the old guard and bring in new, strong progressives, it's going to be a great day in America. Be part of that.